ask you this with regards to this. You know, the first 2 years, you won't pay anything with regards to taxes. Won't these taxes be burdened on you after the 2 years? Won't you have to pay?
So, great question. That is why we have looked at the tax regime, and we are saying that even before you get to the 2 years, there are some taxes that must go. Ghana is the only country in the world that is still taking from the people a COVID levy. Why? COVID ended long ago. And they are still disturbing us with COVID every day, charging us for COVID. And we don't know what the money is being used for. So we are saying COVID levy will go. We are saying betting tax. You talk to a lot of young people. They don't understand why this 10% on betting earnings should be, you know. So it's going to go. We have also said that we will have incentives for the automotive industry, particularly the Boso Kinds, the Kokompes, Swami Magazine, so that we will allow them to import their products with incentives that will go back to addressing their needs. Because you see, government abandoned them and form an alliance with this new automotive industry, those who are assembling car parts in Ghana. We are saying that you can have a win-win situation where you support those who are assembling new cars. Not everybody can buy new cars. You have those who depend on salvage vehicles. All of us will say that when we were starting life, we, had to rely on second-hand vehicles, salvageable vehicles. So don't abandon that sector. So we are saying that we'll restore, and even give them greater incentives. So if you look at our tax policies, we've looked at the whole gamut, and we are coming up with a lot of incentives, a lot of, if you like, cleaning up so that these nuisance taxes will be taken away.
So for you, the nuisance taxes are the COVID levy, the betting tax, the e-levy, right?
Yes, the e-levy.
Now, the e-levy permits everybody to pay tax in a way, so nobody can escape tax payment. When it comes to our real tax system, we look at, how it is, and we are being told that it is not even everybody that pays tax. There are so many people who escape it. But e-levy is able to cushion us in a way that everybody is paying, and so Ghana makes a lot of money. Why do we want to abolish e-levy?
Look, I mean, e-levy is one of those taxes that were not thought through. All the projections they made, they didn't meet the projections. It's really become one of those nuisance taxes, to be honest with you. I mean, I sit in Parliament and I compare what we were told, the expectations that they had annually, and what it is generating. And look, once you have a tax policy which is not born out of, proper empirical analysis, it has not met its target. And then you also have a tax handle which had conditions. What were we told about e-levy? We were told that Ghanaian people, you need to support us to implement e-levy so that we don't go to the IMF and be subjected to all kinds of conditionalities which we wouldn't like. The total freeze on jobs, let's have VAT on electricity, and all of the things that they have hit us with. Ghanaians reluctantly. I never came along. I even went to the Supreme Court with a number of my colleagues that, look, this tax, they didn't even meet the constitutional threshold. They didn't have the numbers in Parliament to pass this tax. But they railroaded, as usual, a very intransigent government that does not listen. So why should, in all sincerity, first of all, you haven't met your targets. It's a nuisance tax. Number two, it is virtually a deceptive tax, a tax that you gave conditions for. If we have ended up in the IMF, why are you keeping the e-levy? So we are saying that, look, we want to restore credibility to politics, sincerity to politics. That is why the e-levy is going to go.
Why not to have a reform with the e-levy? Because you are saying that, again, your political party is saying that you will reform the free SHS. You are not cancelling it. And you do agree that it wasn't started well. That's what you said.
Yes.
You're saying that because it wasn't started well, there are a few hitches here and there, so you fix it. Why don't you fix the e-levy hitches as well, but rather cancel the e-levy?
Because as I've said, you see, the e-levy is not meeting its target. It's not born out of sincerity. And we believe that, look, on the matter of taxes, this government's track record should tell all of us that really what this country needs is not more taxes and more money. I mean, just look at how much the NDC left for this government. About $1.7 billion, if you do the analysis, in terms of various funds. You know, GIF, about $270 million. The sinking fund, about $300 million. The stabilization fund, about $500 million. This government has been the luckiest. If you look at Bank of Ghana records, from independence, from 1957 to when we were leaving office, we left a public debt of 122 billion Ghana cedis. As we speak, it's hovering around 750 billion. And I ask people, imagine what President Mahama would have done with this situation if it's President Mahama who had these resources, about 1.7 billion left in various accounts, and then these huge inflows. I have not even added what came to us by windfall from COVID. Over 25 billion, if you read the Auditor General's report. All of these monies, and yet you can't find, where is their Terminal 3 airport? Where? Where is their UGMC? Ghana should at least by now have another quaternary hospital. Where is their Ridge Hospital? Where is their Dodowa Hospital? Where is their whole airport? Their Tamale airport. You know, so many people are asking, where have all of these monies gone to? And that is why, if you look at our manifesto, we are big on tackling corruption, wastage, and state capture.
Let me bring you back into, you know, the taxes. We know that no country can be built without tax. Yeah. And every time somebody or a party wants to come into government, we are told that taxes will be scrapped. But when voted into power, some way, somehow, taxes are burdened on the people. How do we build a country without taxes?
I am glad you have asked this question. That is why in our manifesto, we haven't said anywhere that we will run this country with our own resources. Let's be honest. No politician comes to power to use their own pocket money to build roads, to build hospitals. No. We use taxes. That is why in this manifesto, you will not see anywhere where we tell the Ghanaian people that we are moving from taxation to production. Forget about taxes. And you heard then Rani made Baumia say that, look, even forget about loans. We just toll the roads. You know, very, very deceptive, grandiose promises, which are pies in the skies, which have no semblance to reality. We are saying that we are not going to engage in that kind of deceptive politics. We have leaders in President Mahama and Professor Nana Jinopoko-Agyemang, very decent people who care about being honest, who care about having integrity and leveling up with the people. So yes, we've assessed the whole tax regime and we have identified the obnoxious ones, the ones that really, I mean, even when they were being set up, there were so many problems with it, they have not met their projections. So we are saying e-levy, we are saying that the COVID levy, we are saying that the betting tax should go.
That you call nuisance tax.
Nuisance taxes.
So